Well, happy joy, happy spring, happy everything. There's our spring. It's windy and proof of the great winds around here. I love the sound of these chimes. Snowy and sure makes a big difference from last year, that's for sure. Okay, push. Keep pushing. Push. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yay! Have you ever started your Monday with determination and resolve on what you're going to do, and then somewhere by about Thursday or I'm hearing the noise of the snow banging and crashing on gates. You start with resolve, and then before you know it, somewhere around Wednesday or Thursday, you trip over, well, I don't know, something. And suddenly all the progress you've made just kind of trickles away. And that's what happened to me this week. I started with great resolve and plans, and by Easter weekend, well, I fell on my face and I fell off my diet and I ate everything in sight and I just lost the plot. And yeah, I got on my scale this morning and not only did I not lose anything, I gained. And so, you know, makes me feel pretty ugh. So, time to pick up my resolve, time to get my poop in a group and figure out how to make it so that this doesn't keep happening to me. I was watching a video by a gal named Growing Boulder, and she's talking about doing something called 75 medium. And if anybody's in the workout world, they've heard of 75 hard, and there's a soft version. And well, she created something she's calling 75 medium, and it's basically more in tune with what your goals are and isn't so restrictive and difficult. And basically, I'm not sure how you'd even complete the 75 hard without having to start it over and over and over again. Even if it means that you're not taking pictures of yourself every day on your supposed daily progress, which it doesn't show daily. It just doesn't. So I do pictures once a month, and that's what I'm going to keep on doing for me. And this week has been very, very busy. The guests that we've had for 9 days, they left, and they were just terrific. They left the place in wonderful condition, and they loved it. They left us a good review. We each gave each other 5 stars, and so we're just grateful for that. And so because of the way my back's been acting, I've been working over at the chalet to slowly prep it for any new guests that might show up. I'm just taking my time. I'm not getting too crazy about it all. Otherwise, I'll get the look from Owen. I'd asked him earlier, where on our yard can I start carrying garbage to make a pile for next winter to burn? Well, he didn't really want to even tell me, because then I'll just get crazy and start doing too much, and then I'll re-hurt myself, and on it goes. But I'm going to find a spot anyway. I will, even if I have to start carrying light things one at a time, minimally it'll get my footsteps in anyway. But I would like to find a spot to be gathering all the crud, the junk. And Owen's been working very, very hard on our chicken coop, and I'll show you the progress there. We got 2 windows put in to bring some light in, and he's now insulating it to keep it warm for them chickens that we have being fostered next door, a rooster and 4 hens. I'm trying to think of a name of our coop, and I'm trying to think of names for the chickens because, of course, right? And I will tell you the story of the windows as I show you the progress on that chicken coop, because there is a story behind those windows that I'm grateful that we have. Although the story behind it, not so grateful. a little bit traumatic. Who knew that windows would do this to you? So that's what I did there.
Right out of the juice.
I tried my best to decrease the sound of what Owen is doing there because the buzzing and the drilling does get very, very loud. Anyway, I had seen the size of the two windows Owen had picked for the chicken coop, and I asked him where on earth he got these windows from. And he reminded me that it came from my house. A good, I don't know, almost 9 years ago, we had an incident in my home. Now, I bought that home by myself. I was so proud. I was so proud and pleased as punch. Out of my own wages, with my own credit rating, I bought this house by myself, and I was just so proud. And when Owen and I got a home together, we turned our old homes into rentals. Well, it's kind of hit and miss as to who moves into the rental you have. And one family was pretty awful, and they were in my home. And shortly after moving in, they stopped paying rent. They started having all sorts of animals running through my very nice house. They let rabbits run loose in the house and their dogs. And in the end of the day, there was feces everywhere in that home of mine. And they didn't want to leave. And we had to basically get orders to get them out. And what they ended up doing is they lit my house on fire. They said it was an accident. I'm not so sure about that. Anyway, they burnt my new home, caused a big fire on the inside, and so then they had to leave. And actually, I'm kind of grateful because we had the proper insurance there, and we had got the insides all redone. And those windows that Owen is cleaning up and putting in came from my home. And he just held on to them for, almost a decade. And we ended up being able to use them for the chicken coop. And I'm very pleased to be able to recycle and reuse and have a better ending to those windows than how it started.
Set it up like that. Where is mine?
Now, as far as that rental house goes, I still have it, and Owen still has one of his own. And we ended up having a good friend of ours move into my rental. Well, we didn't know her when it started. We had taken Jasmine in, and she was a newborn, and we were looking for a daycare provider so that we could both continue working. And we found this lovely lady, and she needed a new place, and my place was ready. And so she moved into there, and our Jasmine was raised for the first, 5-6 years of her life in my home, and she's taken such very good care of it. And as far as Owen and I are concerned, she's our last tenant there. If she wishes to buy it, we'll certainly help her to do that. Or if she eventually moves out, I will sell it then and put the cost of that against the mortgage on this homestead here. So that's the plans for that house. One of the great bonuses for Jasmine being raised by this lady in my home is that she grew up in this day home with the same 5 or 6 kids. They were kind of like little sibling set, and she was able to socialize and get to learn how to get along with different kids and whatnot, something that we couldn't have provided just alone in our home as 2 older adults with no little kids around. She did very well with her autism and learning to socialize in that setting, and we are grateful for it. And just when I was feeling kind of crappy about myself, a nephew of mine was having his 27th birthday. I'll call him T. 27th birthday, and like I do with all my nieces and nephews, I send them a happy birthday message on their birthdays or at Christmas. And normally I might get a 1 or 2 word response, nothing. There's no conversation to be had at all. However, T, he just chatted with me the whole day and into this morning. It was the coolest thing. He shared with me what he's doing with his life. He shared pictures of himself in Costa Rica studying baby sea turtles. That was cute. And yeah, I got to send him pictures of our life. He let me know how much he misses us, and I of course invited him here anytime that he wants to come, totally open. And maybe one day they'll shock the crap out of me and show up, and I'll be so excited about that. But it made me feel very, very good to have one family member be willing to talk to me, be willing to reach back and start the beginning of a relationship. And I'll certainly work on that and build it. And yeah, it just made me feel really, really good, even though the whole weight thing, which I'm going to work on. So my plan for this week is to create my own version of 75 medium. Part of that, I went and took a look at basically more mobility exercises and stretching and mobility, because part of the reason that my back gets tweaked so often is because very, very stiff in the hips and that lower back area. It needs to be stretched. It needs to be limbered up. And I'm gonna grab a few of those exercises and add it to my 75 medium. And that's what I'm gonna do.
Something else. I missed this one. Something else entirely. Oh, jeez. Who doesn't have... Woo! I see you! Yeah. Oh no. This egg. This egg. He's going head first. We gotta get inside the chicken food. Yes. Yes. Dogs are colorblind. Holy egg doodles.
Are those the first eggs from the chicken coop? All pre-packaged? I hope our chickens do that.
Your dad has a cool place where he can fix or build and things.
Probably in that place where Dad.
Works.
Do you know where it is?
Yes.
What is it?
The shop.
The shop.
It's right ahead. My king. Just kidding, it's ours.
Yeah, that's the new staircase I built.
Your mom has a cool car. Maybe if you look around inside where she parks, it might be a surprise at what you might find. I got the clue. Mom's garage. This is your garage. That's Mom's garage.
So although Easter weekend had me falling on my face, I am grateful that it's spring. I'm grateful that this snow that we're having today and the great winds is going to dissipate and it's going to disappear. I've looked ahead It's going into the pluses all week long, so this will turn into a soupy mess, which is always fun around the horses, you know. Oh yeah, the other thing that happened is our horses got their second mani-pedi from a young man named Matthew. Now, it's the funniest thing. Annie's a little standoffish, but oh my goodness, when he goes walking into there, she just runs right up and is just in love. It's kind of fun and I enjoy it. And he'll be back towards the end of May. And that's about the time Annie's due to give to foal. And we'll see how that all works out. And I'm looking forward to that. And I'll see you later. This is Annette from Carpe Omnia after 60. Take care.